Welcome to Code Intraster. Hi everybody and welcome to Code Intraster. So in this video we're going to see about 2D transformation. It's going to be about translation, rotation, scaling, reflection and sharing. So likewise in all our programs we are just importing all the library files, and then here we have our main function, which is a void main, and then the first statement is, which is a very well known statement, and then we are initializing the graph just like our previous exercises, and then we are clearing the device. So what does clear device mean? So clear device just erases the entire graphic screen for us so we can draw new stuffs. So we'll be repeatedly using clear device. I'm going to use the switch case, so I'm just saying, hey, just select 1 for translation, 2 for rotation, and 3 for scaling, 4 for reflection, and 5 for sharing. We have slash n slash n slash t, which is escape sequences. This for new line, and this is for tab, as we already know. And what else? So here we are just asking for a choice. Enter your choice, and then we are just reading the integer which is typed, which is stored in the ch variable, and here we can find out that ch is an integer, right? And then we are switching the case according to the integer that we receive, and if it is 1 we perform the translation block, and if it is 2 we perform this rotation block, and if it is 3 we perform the scaling block, and 4 likewise we have reflection and for sharing. So if it is any other number, it's going to exit. Alright, now let's go in depth about translation. What are we waiting for? So translation is all about moving the object from one place to another place in the two-dimensional screen. So here our concept is all about 2 dimensions. Let me move on to the diagram. Let me give you an overview about the translation. So the translation matrix is, two-dimensional translation is tx, ty. So this is going to be the translation matrix, and we're going to pass in the x and y, and we get the x dash and the y dash, which is going to be the new points, translation point. So x dash is given by tx plus x, and y dash is given by ty plus y. So basically what you need to know is we are just adding in x. Let me change the color, I don't like green, man. So we are just adding in, for the to find the new x variable, we are just going to add the translation plus the previous x value. We're going to find the new y, we need to add translation for y with the previous y value. So that's it. So the formula is very simple. So likewise, as I said, this clear device clears the screen for us since we are repeatedly invoking this main function. So each block, so this is going to be a block, and inside which we have the call for the main function. So this main function is called again and again after each operation that we perform. So when we are just performing translation after say for an example, after rotation, we need to clear the device. So we are just clearing the screen so that all the previous graphic stuffs gets cleared out. Alright, so now we are just printing rectangle before translation is, and then this rectangle function just prints a rectangle. So this is a rectangle function which is provided by the graphics Borland graphics interface, and it takes left, top, right, bottom. So this is going to be the pixel value for left, top, right, bottom. So with this 2 points, it's able to draw the whole rectangle. So here I'm just explicitly giving x1 as 100 and x2 as 230, x1 as 100, x2 as 70, and here I'm just displaying what I have given right here. So I'm just wait until I click press a character, and then I'm just clearing the screen. I'm saying rectangle after translation is, so as I said, the new translation matrix is given by, we need to add the tx to x and ty to all y's. So I'm just adding, so it's going to be very similar to this one. We are just adding tx to all x's and then ty to all y's. Alright, and here we have our output. So translation is all about moving the objects from one point to another point. It's that easy. So now let's move on to rotation. We need to rotate in 2 dimensions. So the formula for rotation is, as we already know, it's going to be about cos theta, sorry for my bad handwriting, excuse me, sin theta, and then sin theta, cos theta. So this is the matrix for rotation, and then we multiply it with x and y so that we get the new points x dash, y dash. And for x dash we get the formula so this is the formula for x dash, and y dash is given by so this is the formula for rotation. So compared to our previous translation, we had this x dash and y dash formula we applied to each and every point. Alright, so let's get to the program. So if I press 2, I get to the rotation block, and we have a specific set of variables and points. I have said that x1 is 100, y1 is 100, x2 is 200, y2 is 200, and I have 2 more points, xt, yt, d1, and I have cleared the device so that my previous graphics are all cleared out, and then I am just asking for an angle to rotate, and I am taking the angle. So here I am just asking for a degree. Let's say that we are going to rotate the line in 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm just converting this degree to radians. So this is the formula to convert it to radian, and then I'm applying the formula. So this formula you should get a lot of doubt. The formula is going to be very similar. Here we find cos theta minus sin theta. So it's for x it's going to be cos theta minus sin theta, and for y it's going to be sin theta plus cos theta. So this is the formula you will know, and this theta is stored in the variable d1, and that's why we pass d1 for cos function, and this function applies sine. So we use these functions, and you can ask me why x2 minus x1. When we apply this formula to these 2 points, it goes out of the screen. We will not be able to see the rotated object properly. So for that we are just finding out the difference between x's and y's. So if you are able to find the difference between x's and y's, and if we are able to add it to the first point, we will find the rotated point of the second with respective of the first point, so that our first point will always stay in one point and only the second point is rotated. So when you try it out practically, you will get to understand. This line function draws a line for us. It takes in 4 arguments, and it's all about 2 points. Alright, a single point is x and y, and second point has x and y. So this draws a line, and here you can check out that after drawing the line, we just wait for a character, and then we clear the device, and then we print line after rotation is, and then we draw the new rotated line with this function. We're just saying x1 y1 similar to this first point. We didn't change the first point, we didn't rotate the first point, and we are able to get the rotated line with this xt yt, and this xt yt is a double, so we need to pass in an integer for this function. So I'm just using the casting operator, which converts this double to integer, and you can easily find out that we are just rotating the second point. But you can ask me, we need to rotate both 2 points. We are not rotating both 2 points, first point and second point, just because it moves out of our screen. We are just applying a formula, finding the difference and adding it to the first points, so that the new rotated point will be relative to the first points. Hope you understand. And that's why we have our formula like this, and this formula is very similar to our two-dimensional rotation. So let's run this program and see. Let's get rotation and let's give the angle as 60 degrees. So this is before rotation, and after rotating it to 60 degree with relative point, this first point, we're not changing the first point, we're just rotating the second point relative to the first point. Alright, hope this makes a lot of sense. So let's try 90. So this is going to be the before rotation, and after rotation 90, it's this. So let's try 190. Yeah, it works perfectly. Alright, now let's talk about scaling. So scaling matrix is given by Sx 0, going to be Sy is going to be here, and we multiply it with the points xy, and then we get the new set of points x dash y dash. So from this we can write x dash as Sx into x, y dash equal to Sy into y. So we need to multiply the scaling factor for x and y. For each point we need to multiply the scaling factor to x in order to find out the new x point, and then we multiply the y scaling factor to y in order to find the new y point. So it's going to be very simple. Let's get back to our program. Scaling should be very easy. As you see, we are again going to draw a rectangle as we saw in the translation. So this function draws a rectangle. As we all know, we are just clearing the screen before we are getting into the scaling block. So scaling is all about changing the size in x and y coordinates with the scaling factor. Right. So here we have one first point which is given as 30 and a 30, second point 70, 70, and then the scaling factors for x it's 2 and for y it's 2, and you're just clearing the device, and then we're printing it. Rectangle before scaling is rectangle for the from the point 1 to point 2. So we are just drawing a rectangle from the point 1 to the point 2, and we are just waiting. The machine waits here until a character is pressed, and then again we are clearing the device. We're just saying rectangle after scaling is, you're just multiplying x scale factor with all x's and y scale factor with all y's. So here let's see the output 3. So after scaling the object becomes bigger. Now let's talk about reflection. So reflection is a huge concept. In our program we're going to see an example of x-axis reflection. For example, here we have our x-axis, and let's say that we are having a triangle of this sort, and the reflection for the triangle will be like this. And if you see, if we are able to interchange it, so here at this part y will be positive. If you are able to change the sign of y, we will be able to get this triangle. So for reflection about x-axis, we put y is equal to minus of y. So it's y dash equal to minus of y. So the new y is given by the minus sign of the old y, right? And as we already know that our computer coordinate is a bit different. So this is our typical graph. If we put it up, rotate it up this way, we get x and y axis as like this. So our computer coordinate is like this one. So if we are able to draw a triangle then if you are able to interchange the y-axis, we will get the triangle over here. But our computer screen is only, let me change the color, our computer screen is only this part, so this part gets hidden out. So we need to add some more value to the y-axis, so that we will be able to bring this diagram towards to our screen. Alright, so here is the block for reflection, and as with all our transformations, here we have clear device in order to clear out all the graphics. And here we are just printing triangle before reflection is, we're just drawing free line from first point to second point, and from first point to third point, and from second point to third point. And then we are just waiting for a character to be pressed, and then we are just again clearing the screen. And then we are printing triangle after reflection is, and then we are printing the line. So as I said, in order to reflect about x-axis, we need to interchange the y's, the sign of y's. So I'm just saying x1 minus y1, so wherever y comes, I'm just putting minus y. Alright, and you can ask me why 200 plus 200 to all y's. So as I said, in our computer coordinate, for when we say minus y, it goes out of our screen. In order to get the diagram into our viewing coordinates, we add it plus 200. So let's see the output. So here we have a rectangle before reflection, and after reflection is, it looks like that. So now let's get to shearing. So like reflection, shearing is also a bit huge concept, and you can shear. Shear is nothing but distorting the shape of the object in x coordinate or y coordinate. When you distort the shape of the object in x coordinate, we call it the x shear, and when you distort the shape of an object in y coordinate, we call it the y shear. So in our C implementation, we are going to implement the x shearing. Alright, so now let's see the formula for shearing on x axis. So it is 1 shx, you can call it whatever you want, but the shearing factor is shx 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So when you multiply that with x y 1, we get the new points x dash y dash 1. So you can ask me why we need a 3 by 3 matrix. So this is going to be a complex transformations, and in order to account for a complex transformation, we need 3 by 3 matrix. When we studied about translations, so we can't multiply this, right? So we were not able to multiply. So how? There is no way to multiply these two matrices. In order to multiply such computations, we do with 3 by 3 matrices. For example, in a 3 by 3 for a mixed transformation, we give the translation as like this, and now it is very easy for us to multiply and find the translation, and we can find the translation very easily. And now we can easily multiply x dash equal to the first row and first column, so it's going to be x plus dx for x dash, and for y dash it's going to be y plus dy. So this is how you compute when you have when you perform mixed transformation. We need 3 by 3 matrices. So we are going to look at this 3 by 3 matrices in our future videos. Now let's just stick to our shearing, right? So this is the formula for shearing, and we get x dash is equal to, let us look at the diagram, x dash equal to x plus y into the shear factor. So when you are just finding x, we need to add the y shear, and then for y dash it is going to be just y. So when you apply shearing on x-axis, this is the formula to do it. Alright, so this is SHX into SHX. Hope you understand. Now let's get to our last 2D transformation, which is shearing. And just like our previous transformation, we are just clearing the device, we're just printing rectangle before shearing is, and then here we are drawing a rectangle. So we need 4 lines to represent a rectangle, and we have, in order to draw a rectangle using line, we need to draw 4 lines and we need 4 points. So this is going to be the first point, second point, first point to fourth point, second point to third point, and third point to fourth point. So we have, ultimately we have a rectangle, and we are waiting, the machine is waiting for the user to press a character, and we're just clearing the device, and we are just saying rectangle after shearing is, as I said, for the x-axis we add it with the shear factor into the y. So you can ask me why we are not applying shear to these x-axis. So actually you need to apply shearing to even these x-axis, but let's just try this without adding shear to those points. 5 for shear. Yeah, we distort it to some axis. Let's apply it to all the points now. So it's going to be about x1 plus shear factor into, so here we are just applying it for x1, so we need to multiply it with y1, and let's do it same here, into y1, let's save it. I believe it moves out of the viewing quadrant. Yeah, here we get a very bad shearing. So when we skip those 2 points, we get a good shear, so we can show our output better. But normally this is what we should do, but in order to get a more beautiful display, we are just adding our basic formula to those 2 points which are only at the top, and we are not considering the points below. We saw the results of both applying for all and for the selected ones. So we know we just modified a lot of our 2D formulas according to our computers. So when we, during our implementation, we do take the computer limitations into our consideration, so we derive at our own new formulas. So likewise we just negated the y, and then we added 200 just because to get it into our viewing coordinates. And here also rotation, we just add a virtual, we just found out the del x and del y, so that we are able to find the second point relative to the first point. Alright, so just we are just using all the 2D transformation concepts and applying it with considering the limitations of computer. So that's why our formula gets little bit worse. Hope you understand this video, and thank you guys. This is Code Interest signing off. Thank you for watching. See you soon.